Hey everyone, it is Cullahale from Destination Thrills, and today I am at Worlds of Fun. It probably looks like I just woke up. It's probably because I did. Checking out Worlds of Fun. It's not opening day. It's the first opening weekend, though. So I'm going to just be checking out all the new stuff for 2020, which doesn't seem like there's a whole lot. I got my mask with me today. I actually got this one. I might keep this one in the car because it looks like it's going to be a hot day today. I got several... several backups just in case. I'm excited to check out the park. I'm kind of getting used to this routine now. You know, after Silver Dollar City and Six Flags St. Louis, I'm kind of used to like, okay, get your mask ready, be ready to have your temperature checked at the gate and all this. Like, I almost feel like I'm used to it now. It's pretty interesting. Excited to check out the park. My buddy Taylor and Matt, they're going to be meeting me later on today. So that'll be exciting. It's going to be an interesting day at the park. I've only been to Worlds of Fun twice in my life. And so, you know, there's actually still some credits that I need to get. Haven't been on Spinning Dragons, haven't been on Boomerang. It appears that Boomerang is closed, at least from what I'm hearing. So I guess we'll check that out and see if that is still the case. But yeah, so let's get in the park, check it out, and let you know what's going on for 2020. So something to know if you're planning your trip to Worlds of Fun is that you have to fill out a PreHealth Assessment before you get to the park. You can do that on the mobile app. A lot of the stuff is done through the mobile app, which is convenient. Unless you don't have a smartphone, then obviously that's not going to be very convenient for you. But yeah, I mean, that process is pretty smooth. The reservation process online is pretty smooth. Today might be tough to vlog just because it's so windy. I don't even know if you can hear me, but it's also the first year I've gotten a Cedar Fair pass. I know, I'm testing it out for the first time, getting all the perks. Free parking, that was nice. All right, looks like I'm gonna get into the health assessment area, so I'll be back. Okay, so I am in the park. That was actually very easy. Just like I think Silver Dollar City, Six Flags, all of them have been pretty easy to get through. They seem to have it very figured out. I guess because they're not letting a bunch of people in at one time, it's easier to manage. So, I mean, it took probably about like 2 minutes to get into the park, which I thought was great. So, temperature check was easy. You just walk through a tent, they scan you. You don't even have to have your bag checked anymore at the metal detectors. So they scan you kind of right there in the beginning. Right now the park looks pretty dead to start out, and that's kind of the thing. If you kind of come early, because the reservations are staggered, you can kind of get like a really empty park if you get here early. So something I recommend is try to get the earliest reservation. That way you're with like less people in the park. And yeah, the check-in process was very, very easy. So no complaints there. So here's one of the many relaxation zones that they have. So you can just sit here, cool off, take off your mask for a second. All right, so I'm gonna start my day off on Prowler to get the adrenaline pumping. So let's do this. All right, going for round 2 on Prowler. That's a good way to start off the morning. All right, so I just did Prowler 2 times. That was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, everything seems to be the same from park to park, which makes sense. I mean, if it works, you know, why not do it everywhere, I think. What was interesting about Prowler is that they sanitized the train once, sent it empty, and then sanitized it again and sent it empty. So that was something that was a little different. That seemed to be like an extra precaution that they were taking. But yeah, I mean, Prowler's running good. It's still a little rough, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, you know, it's still giving an energetic ride, which is awesome. I'm gonna head over by Boomerang, check out what's going on there, and also head over by Mamba. All right, so the area by Boomerang is closed off. So you can't get over there by Boomerang. I'd have to check the forums to see why that might be, but who knows, 2021. All right, so you can see this whole area is closed off, so you cannot get over by Boomerang at all whatsoever. So you can see Fury of the Nile is also closed. Makes sense because the whole Boomerang area is closed off as well. No Fury of the Nile today. Would have been nice though, because it's pretty hot, but... All right, looks like the train is closed for today. See this barrier up in front of it. And yeah. All right, so I'm about to get on Mamba. Hopefully this copyright music doesn't play in the background. We'll see. All right, so just rode Mamba for the first time in 2020, and I always love the first half of that ride. Like, the first half is so good, but the second half, man, they have half the train full and they're braking it like really hard, or at least maybe on that ride. It was, you know, just for that ride that I did, but the trim hit really hard, so that second half was just, it just killed any airtime that you kind of get. And honestly, every time I've run, like, had a ride on Mamba, it's been trimmed pretty hard. So I'm waiting to have that one ride where it's not as like trimmed, so I can experience that good airtime on the back half. But it's still a good ride, and the first half always does a lot for me. I just love the floater air. You get such good floater air on the first drop and the second drop, and then you pull some really good G's on the big helix, and then there's even a, like, coming out of the helix, there's a spot where you get a good pop of air as well. So that whole first half is fun. It's just the second half, man, if they would just ease up on the trims a little bit, it'd be a really complete ride for me. So far it's a good day. I think the operations have been really good. It's just like every other place I've been. So, you know, they sanitize the trains, send them empty, and they're seating the guests every other row. And that's what they were doing at Silver Dollar City at first when I first went there. I've heard that like Outlaw Run is going to group seating now, which I think is better. That's what they were doing at Adventureland. I think it allows you to fill the trains more. Plus, I mean, the groups are going to be able to sit next to each other anyway, so they came together. But yeah, Six Flags St. Louis was also doing the same thing, you know, every other row seating. So, but besides that, I mean, like I said, everything's been the same. There's hand sanitizing stations. There's areas where you can be mask free and just stay, you know, away from people. There's spots in the queue that let you know 6 foot distance. So, like I said earlier, I'm just kind of getting used to it at this point. It's kind of becoming routine. Okay, it looks like Detonator is closed for the day as well. I'm not sure if that's because of the wind. It's a super windy day. Not sure if it runs in wind or anything like that, but no Detonator today. Looks like Cyclone Sansa is closed as well today. So a couple rides down for today. Not sure if that's planned or if that was just maintenance issues. Should we invest in this or not? Stuck on the lift. That could have been us.
Oh, there's people on there too.
All right, so this was our trip at Worlds of Fun. A short trip today, but got to get a bunch of rides on Prowler, Mamba, Patriot, all those rides. So yeah, overall I like what Worlds of Fun has done. It's, you know, been very dead today, but I think overall they've done a great job with the COVID stuff. So I would recommend coming out to the park. They did have a lot of rides closed. I don't know if you saw that in the montage, but there was a, you know, decent amount of rides closed today. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I'd come and check it out in 2020. Besides that, guys, this is Kalahale from Destination Thrills. I'll be doing some more videos, some more vlogs coming up, so stay tuned for that. You guys have a good one.